Do you like fantasy football and sports betting? Come join us here at the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast, where hosts Matt, Shane, and Jason talk about fantasy players, lineups, and sports betting to help you compete and win championships. And of course, some extra cash. Let's jump right into the show.
And
welcome back to another episode of the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Matt, Shane, and Jason with you guys tonight on this lovely, lovely evening, guys. Before we jump into the episode, real quick, if you guys want to find us on any of our social media platforms, you can find Shane at Shane Parlay FF on X. You can find Jason at Jason Parlay FF and myself at Matt_Parlay FF. Head on over to fantasy6pack.net. That is where we are now, guys. We have officially partnered up with F6P, fantasy6pack.net, and we are over there. Become an all-access member over there. Jump into their Discord. Guys, the content is amazing. Obviously, this episode is our Parlay Fade episode. You guys want to follow us on our bets? You want to jump on the train with us? You can head over there, get an all-access membership so you can get a hold of all of our bets. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. This is my favorite aspect of this because it's the culmination of fantasy football projections and getting to make money. And, you know, the books hang these lines, and sometimes they're way off on what the rest of everybody else is seeing. And this is our chance to take advantage of it, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, no, hey, glad to be back. We are finally done with preseason football. Thank God we get to deal with actual starters. And guys, we are now on to our third season. The booklet is done. We're moving on to the next one. A new chapter with our podcast.
That's right, baby. Yeah, like Jason said, this is a new chapter. It's new for all of us. There's still a lot of moving parts with this whole partnership with F6P, but we are super excited to be involved with it, a part of it, part of the Six Pack family. So obviously, guys, tonight we're doing the Parlay Fade episode. This is the episode where we give out some bets now, all right? You want to jump on these tickets, guys. We are going to do what we do. Okay, last year we did well. This year we hope to expand on that, and we are super excited to get this thing rolling. Like Jason said, man, this is the first week of college football for me. Actual week one action, not just 3 games. And then the NFL starts shortly, very, very shortly. So you want to hop on this train with us. Before we jump into it, though, Jason, why don't you recap last week's preseason bets before we jump into the main segment?
Yeah, so unlike week 2 of the preseason, this week they actually decided to not play defense and score a lot of points. And I guess, unfortunately, our unders did not do so well. But as a group, we went even. We finished 5-5. Your boy went 2-1. Matt went 1-2. Suck it. And Shane went 2-2. You were talking all that mess early on, saying, "Hey, we're gonna count these." I was like, "Are you sure you want to count these?" But hey, for our listeners, preseason does not count to the actual record going forward. It's a clean slate. We just need to get warmed up for the actual regular season. So from here on, business.
Lock sauce.
Lock sauce. I like that, Shane. Hey, trademark that. Trademark that, because we're going to say that. You got lock sauce. Jason let that dog out, you know what I'm saying? Or that dog in him or whatever. I'll figure something out soon. But, all right. Let's jump into the segment, boys.
Time for the Parlay Fade.
Jason,
All right,
take it
y'all.
away, my friend.
So we got a special episode for everybody tonight. Probably one of our favorite episodes. We've all done some research. We're looking at the totals, prop bets for the season long. It's kind of a weird bet to make just because you have to wait, 5 months in order to get your return, 4 or 5 months in order to get the return on your bet. But at the same time, it's a fun, insightful bet that you can make in order to win a decent amount of cash. And we all have, I think, five to eight picks for y'all. And we're gonna end it with MVP and our Super Bowl predictions. But Matt, did you want to toil with your college picks?
Yeah, let's
Real
jump into
quick?
that first.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's jump into the college bets first, get that out the way. Guys, like I said, we're super excited to announce these bets. This is week 1. Last week was week 0 of the NCAA. This is week 1. So this is where the tires meet the road, I guess you could say. All right. I've got a few bets for you guys. I'm gonna say them out. Hopefully I don't get on too much of a tangent, but week 1, right here, I have Illinois State plus 23.5 playing at Iowa. I'm gonna take Illinois State in this game. Okay. Iowa starts their season at home with a contest against an FCS program in Illinois State. The Hawkeyes will be without their head coach, Coach Ferentz, who's serving a 1-game suspension for violating the recruiting policy. Iowa does, however, return 19 veteran starters. That's a lot of starters, guys. A lot of starters coming back with plenty of leadership experience. Iowa faithful are expecting new offensive coordinator, Coach Tim Lester, to improve the team's production after finishing 132nd in total scoring offense last year. Yes, y'all, that's last. I am not convinced that this will happen over a course of a few short off-season months. And I believe this is a process that will take quite some time. And there'll be a little bit of growing pains with this. Illinois State may not be the best FCS program, but it does return plenty of very productive players. 6 all-conference players, as well as 8 FBS transfers, while only losing 4 players to the transfer portal. Mason King, very good running back, returns after almost hitting that 1,000-yard mark last year and scored 13 tutties. They have a dynamic wide receiver who caught 10 touchdowns last season, and Dan Sobowitz, and a pair of dynamic linebackers in Abdullah and Neil Camp. Not to mention NFL hopeful Hunter Zambrano, who plays left tackle, and 3 of the 8 FBS transfers are playing right alongside of him. Bottom line, will Iowa win this game? More than likely they will, but it's not out of the realm that Illinois State can keep this a close game inside 3 touchdowns.
Let's go Salukis.
That's right, baby. That's right. I don't believe we will see a full-strength Iowa team for this game, at least for the whole game, because Iowa faces their in-state and extremely tough game next week, their in-state rival in week 2, Iowa State. I'm taking Illinois State at plus 23.5. I take this game playable down to plus 22. Next game, guys, KU. The KU Jayhawks, I know, guys, it hurts me to say. It really does. They're minus 43.5 versus Lindenwood. Minus 43.5. Is it scary? Yeah. Yeah, it sure is. But as much as it pains me to take KU as a favorite in anything, they are a good football program with quite a bit of talent. We all know this. Jalen Daniels is one of the better, I'm not going to say best, one of the better versatile quarterbacks in college football, and believes himself to be a Heisman. He's got a lot of Heisman aspirations. KU went 9-4 last season and is the 5th favorite at plus 950 to win the Big 12 title. AP poll currently has them sitting at 22, and I believe that is good enough for me to take them big in this game against an average FCS team at best. Lindenwood was 3-7 last season in their conference, and this should not be a contest at all, I'm telling you, okay? Telling you should not be a good contest. But we all know that crazier things have happened, especially with KU. Lindenwood quite possibly may not even score a point in this game, even with the down defense. We all know this, guys. KU's O-line is suspect. We've been hearing it all summer. It is a suspect offensive line. But there should not be an issue with the talent they have on offense. I'll be watching the defense more than anything. That will be the key if you want to hit this. If you want to hit this bet, that's going to be the key for KU, their defense. Regardless, though, I'm still taking KU big in this game. I'm willing to play this game most likely to about 45.5, 44, 45.5. I'd be okay with. Last game, guys, it's Missouri versus Murray State. I'm going to take the under 57.5 right here. This week, the week one this year has a lot of massive, massive spreads. Clearly, I just said one. I'm going to take the under of this game. Last season opener, Mizzou was up big at halftime and pretty much just rested their starters in the second half. I'm kind of expecting the same thing to happen in this week. Okay, Missouri is another one of those uber talented teams with a very good coaching staff. Not only do they have conference championship aspirations, but they have college football playoff aspirations. The Murray State Racers went 2-9 last season, and Murray State may be a little better this season, but shouldn't be able to compete with a team like Missouri. I'm thinking this may be a big lead at half again, and Mizzou rest their starters primarily in the second half, simply because with the aspirations they have on their program, their team, I don't think they're going to want to risk if they're up big. I don't think they're going to want to risk any injuries to any key players. So I'm going to take the number here, playable to 56. Give me the under 57.5.
Love it.
Love that. Also, fun fact, Lindenwood was a Division II university until like 4 years ago.
I know. Hey,
we played them at Hayes, and yeah, that's hysterical. Like you were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, that's in St. Charles. Like we've been there.
Bro, when I saw that spread, I was like, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm like, nah, man, this game shouldn't be even a contest. I like KU in that one.
He's like, I'm taking 43. We got this, baby.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Those are my college bets for week one.
Hold on. We need the in-state rivalry. We need Washburn to take on KU and as a season opener. I think that would be more fun.
That would be fun. That'd be fun to watch. I would enjoy watching that.
All
Who's
right,
going
boys.
first, Jay?
We ready? Shane, you can have the honors.
Ooh, yes. Let's get it. All right, guys. So the first one is the easiest one. It is Josh Allen over 375 passing yards. Wait, 3,750 passing yards. I can't read. Look, Allen lost Diggs. We know that. He's returning Dalton Kincaid. He's also returning Khalil Shakir. I expect this offense to still be facilitative in the passing game. In order for him to hit this line, he would only need to throw for 220.5 yards every game. We're talking about Josh Allen here. The man has eclipsed 4,250 passing yards in each of the last 4 seasons. I don't see him dropping drastically to 500 yards lost here. That doesn't equate in my brain, and it shouldn't equate in yours either. Josh Allen's still going to fling the ball. He's still going to show no fear, even if this is a more run-heavy approach. 220 yards. Come on, yeah. Sports books. What are we doing?
Yeah, love it.
Also, that's minus 110 odds currently. So, yeah, that's the best you can ask for. Am I still rolling them?
Yeah. Hell
yeah. Just scroll them all, baby.
Okay. Dionte Johnson. Let me flip back to my page then. Dionte Johnson over 750 receiving yards. Look, Adam Thielen had a 1,000-yard reception year or 1,000 yards last year in this Carolina offense. Dionte Johnson, one of the best operators in the NFL. We've talked about it all offseason. He's going to be the alpha. He's going to hit 750 with ease. I also am tearing this up. I'm taking his over at 825.5, and there's a couple of bets I've sprinkled in for him going over 1,000 yards. The 750 is at minus 134. I know it's a little bit of juice, but it's still well worth the squeeze in this one. So play that with whatever you feel. Speaking of Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid over 750 receiving yards as well. Kincaid's going to be his number one target. Kincaid almost did cross this threshold last year with 776, I believe, receiving yards. The fact that it is currently at minus 122 is absurd. It means the sportsbooks are like, he's probably going to hit it, but we don't want to say he is. Go ahead and capitalize on that. And yeah, you can't pair that with Josh Allen anywhere, but you can, take him on his own. Another fun one that I feel like is getting completely slept on is Amari Cooper over 1,000 yards receiving. Look, we know that there are issues with Deshaun, but Amari is that dude. He is an alpha in that room. It's currently at plus 133 for over 1,000 yards. I think he can attain 1,000. It's going to be close. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, the offense is going to run through him. And with them having no running backs for the first 4 weeks, we're definitely going to see what Watson can do. Next one, Jason alluded to this on our fantasy show, and I cussed at him a little bit because I love this player. Brian Robinson, over 750 rushing yards, is plus 210. Plus 210, that is absolutely insane. Insanity. Sign me up. B-Rob should probably end up in the realm of 850 rushing yards. The fact that you have approximately 100-yard gap in that is just bonkers. Go ahead and smash the B-Rob over 750. Going back to running backs here, Isiah Pacheco, over 1,000 rushing yards. He's yet to do this in his career, which is worrisome. Don't get me wrong. The Chiefs did also increase their weapons on offense. However, Pacheco is the sole man in the backfield currently, with the likes of CEH missing time due to PTSD, and with Carson Steele. That's an actual thing, Matt. That's what he's been out with. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, CEH and Carson Steele are currently his backups. Pacheco's gonna be the lead bell cow in that offense. Over 1,000 seems very, very attainable and displayable currently at plus 120. I'll take that money. And yeah, next we have Christian Watson over 750 receiving yards. Look, if C-Watt can stay healthy, 750 is such an insane line. It is currently plus 145. Watson, if he can play even 12 games, he will beat this line. So that's how comfortable I am. I could not find anywhere to play him higher than 750, which really made me sad. But yeah, Watson over 750 for plus 145. Jake Ferguson, a double tap here. Jason, I didn't tell you this one, but Jake Ferguson over 750 as well. He eclipsed that last year. And that's at plus 135. And give me Fergie to score 6 touchdowns as well. He did that last year, or he did not do that last year, but he was the most targeted tight end in the red zone. He had 5 last year. I expect him to go ahead and get that 6 this year with a more pass-heavy offense, and that is plus 120 as well. To tag with that, Dak Prescott, who threw 37 passing touchdowns last year, his current line is 29.5. Make it make sense. They have no running backs. Give me that smash at plus 100 odds. And then tagging that as well, Joe Burrow, when he has played a full season, has had 35 and 37 passing touchdowns. He is plus 133 to throw 30 this year. If he plays, if he plays all of the games, if he misses a game, I still expect him to eclipse the 30 touchdown threshold with ease. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm out of breath.
I like it. I really do like it.
What was my
catchphrase?
What was my catchphrase again? Wasn't it? I don't remember. Run it back. What was the catchphrase?
You said something.
Lock sauce. Lock sauce.
Yeah, lock sauce.
Yeah, those
baby.
are all lock sauce, baby.
That's lock sauce. Jason, it's time for you to let your dog out, baby.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I got you guys. Hey, so I just want to remind all of our listeners I did the best on all of our bets last season, so your boy is coming to dominate again. First, I have the Cardinals over 6.5 wins. Kyler Murray has a winning percentage of 45% in the league, and which probably I think that equivalents to around 8 wins. So I don't see a Cardinals team with a healthy Kyler Murray all season. not winning at least 7 games. I love the Cardinals over 6.5 wins this season. Maybe even Kyler Murray 50-1 MVP. Not gonna say that, but I don't hate it. Next, I have the Jets to win the AFC East at plus 240. Listen, the Jets were in most of the games that they were in last year, and they had a dog shit quarterback. Their defense keeps them in the game, especially with a healthy Aaron Rodgers and Breece Hall. They have a dynamic offense, and I think if they control the ball, limit turnovers, rely on the defense, they are going to do big things in the AFC East. I like them to win this division. Give me them at plus 240. Next, I'm doing the Carolina Panthers over 5.5 wins. This is kind of gross. But the Panthers have the 10th easiest schedule this year. The NFC South is down bad. It's one of the worst divisions in the league. I think Bryce Young takes a step in the right direction this year. They got a better offensive line for him. He has better weapons. He's going to move the ball. They're going to throw the ball around, and I think they'll be in some ball games. Give me over 5.5 wins at minus 115. Next, I'm going with the Denver Broncos also over 5.5 wins. Bo Nix is that dude. Sean Payton, you're full of shit. You did not see him and think, yeah, he's going to be our starting quarterback in the combine. But hey, whatever you got to do. You got a guy with college experience who's got the starts, who has the games underneath his belt to where he can move the ball and he can use his legs. He's got the weapons there. He's got a decent defense, ish. So I think Bo Nix will be able to command the offense better than Russ did last year. I like over 5.5 wins for the Broncos at minus 142. My next one is my juicy one for the year. Give me Will Levis most passing yards in the league at plus 7,000 at 70-1.
Oh boy.
They have a new offensive coordinator in Tim Kelly. They are going to be a faster paced offense, especially without Derrick Henry. I think they're going to rely on the arm of Will Levis a lot more this season and let him throw the football around. I think they're going to be down in ball games. I don't think their team is very good, and I think he is going to sling that rock, and he's got weapons on the outside with Ridley and whenever D Hop gets back. I like Will Levis at plus 7,000 to have the most passing yards this year in the league.
I actually really like that bet. It pains me to say that out loud.
That's
Matt?
spicy. That is spicy, brother.
Very.
Very, very spicy. All right. Here we go now. Let me pull these things back up. All right, y'all. I got some bets for you here. To be honest, most of mine I have a few rookie of the year bets. All right. My first one, I'm just gonna pair both together. Okay. Jayden Daniels plus 600 and Bo Nix plus 1,100. Jason just alluded to it. I don't know if y'all happen to see what Ripien and Zach Wilson came out and said when they were told that Bo Nix was going to be the starter. Listen, Sean Payton tried to fool us all, saying at the beginning of training camp, Bo Nix started on the depth chart. No, the shit, he's not. You knew when training camp started that Bo Nix was going to be your guy, right? This dude has played so many games. He's like the most veteran rookie quarterback on an NFL roster when they come out of the draft into the combine, make their teams. This dude has played a lot of games. You can see it in the preseason. He's poised. He is trying to make the smartest decisions possible for that team. Bo Nix looks good. He does look good. I mean, I don't really like the Denver Broncos, but he looks good. Well, it all remains to be seen when push comes to shove. But Bo Nix looks like a competent starting NFL quarterback. And I think at plus 1,100, I'm willing to sprinkle a little few dollars on him potentially winning Rookie of the Year. Listen, Caleb Williams is obviously the chalk pick. All the hype, everything going around about it. Those are the ones that I'm kind of scared of, even with plus money, right? Jayden Daniels is plus 600. Sure, he's a second favorite, but Jayden Daniels is another guy that has a ton of college, high school quarterback experience. He played 55 games from high school all the way through college to now in the NFL. 55 games. That's pretty veteran if you ask me. He looks like a veteran quarterback when he's out on the field. He makes smart decisions. To put this in perspective, Anthony Richardson played 17 or 18 games before he got to the NFL at quarterback. That's pretty insane to me. That's a big discrepancy right there. I'm going to sprinkle some money on Jayden Daniels. My last one, MHJ. Listen, it's an all-world wide receiver. We don't see these guys come around often. I know this is kind of a quarterback award per se, but I think MHJ can come out and light the world on fire. He is one of those receivers that's just one of those next-gen wide receivers that looks fantastic all the way from high school to college to the NFL. He looks good. He's making professional veteran cornerbacks look silly at training camp and joint practices. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on MHJ. He's plus 650. Next one, guys. Miami to win the NFC East. Or plus 210. There's too much speed on that field, right? I mean, that's a pretty competitive division. But Miami has shown that they have the talent. And we know they got the speed. So I'm going to take Miami at plus 210 to win the AFC East right there. Next one, guys. Tampa Bay to make the playoffs. You're looking at plus 160. They didn't lose nobody. They've got people coming back. I actually project their offense to be a little bit better than it was last year. I like Tampa Bay to make the playoffs at plus 160. We all know that it doesn't take that many one games to win to make the playoffs in certain divisions. And that could be one of them.
Hey,
so give me, yeah.
I love it. Go ahead and give us your MVP and your Super Bowl.
Oh, hold on. I had the division thing that I completely looked over. The Atlanta Falcons to win their division. Matt just brought up Tampa, and that's what pinged it in my brain. Atlanta Falcons to win that division at minus 130. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It really is. But I like Tampa Bay to at least make the playoffs, and you're plus money. Sprinkle some dollars on it.
Oh yeah. I think Tampa definitely makes the playoffs. So.
All right. So my or do you want me to do Super Bowl contender first or MVP first?
Both.
Okay.
Don't matter.
Listen, y'all. I'm going with it. Give me the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, head coach. Come on, boys. It's time. It is time to see you destroy and win the NFC. Get to that Super Bowl. You were extremely close last year. Very talented team. You are the same team, if not better, this year. So Detroit Lions at plus 1,200 to make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. I'm going to take the Lions. Let's get it done. And then my long shot, boys. My long shot for MVP. And I did this just because of his hair. I mean, the dude is just sexy. Give me T-Law to win the MVP at plus 3,000 this year. Long shot. Let's get it done, Trevor Lawrence. Everybody has been doubting you for the last couple years, saying that you're not that good of a quarterback. Let's prove the haters wrong. You got BTJ in there this year. You added Gabe Davis. You still got Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne. Let's go. You have nothing to complain about. Your offense is there. Let's see what you can do with it. Give me T-Law as MVP at plus 3,000.
You said it's the law, man. The law is in town.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's see them locks, boy.
Shane.
All right. So we have a Super Bowl winner. Shocker. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Jason rolls his eyes.
at plus 575. Give me the three-peat, baby. You know, we re-signed Chris Jones. He's not setting out any weeks this year. That's sick. The offense is completely revamped, and despite some questionable secondary things, I think they'll come together as the season progresses. And I mean, there's no one in the AFC that's really that worrisome, aside from maybe Cincinnati. But three-peat, are you going to get in the way of that train? I don't think so. Also, that number has fallen. So scoop it. Like what?
Yeah, crazy.
It opened at 450 and it's to 575. I'll take 575. Thank you.
Yeah. MVP.
Oh, and then then MVP is I changed it up on you guys. I had Tua originally, and then we were talking, and I had Kyler, which is why I had in the preseason bet. You know who I've been hyping up a lot? Dallas. You know who I didn't mention? Dak motherfucking Prescott, who's in a contract year. Tell me there's not extra motivation there with no running backs. Again, no running backs. He is going to absolutely shred. Dak at plus 2,000 seems ridiculous considering the fact that it's going to be Dak drop back and throw the ball as far as you fucking can. Boom.
Well, as Shane alluded to, my Super Bowl champ is the Chiefs' kryptonite whenever he's healthy. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals at plus 1,400. Which also leaves me into my MVP, Joe Burrow himself. I think if Joe Burrow has a healthy season, he's a top 3 quarterback in the league. I like Joe Burrow MVP at plus 1,000. I don't think this team can be stopped with their offense rolling and their defense that just does well enough. If they get on a run and they get hot, I like the Cincinnati Bengals to win the Super Bowl this year.
Boo. But yeah, I do get it. Don't get me wrong. I do get it. If it's not the Chiefs coming out of the AFC, it's the Bengals, in my opinion. I think that there's a lot of question marks with Ravens. And yeah, it makes sense. I do think the Niners take a step back. Just saying.
Agreed.
So Detroit definitely in play. But yeah, I like all those. I do have a fun caveat. And it's one that I placed, and it's going to sound homery, but Chris Jones to win Defensive Player of the Year is plus 2,800. He's never gotten the award. He's over. If Patrick Mahomes doesn't win MVP this year, I think Chris Jones gets it as a consolation to the Chiefs.
I don't hate that, honestly.
I'm just saying he deserves recognition at this point.
I like it. All right, boys. That is going to wrap up today's Parlay Fade episode. Remember, guys, fantasy6pack.net, become an all-access member. You will have more than just the bets you heard tonight. You will have unlocked multiple bets from us, but you have to become an all-access member. It's a one-time fee, and then you get access to all the content on their website. You can head over to their Discord, Fantasy Six Pack. We're in there. You can talk with us about bets. You can talk with us about fantasy football, general chats, general football talk. You can chat with all of us there and many more. There is many more F6P family in that Discord, right? It's built for you guys who want to ask questions, who want advice on certain things. Head on over there. Check that out. Remember to go to any of the podcasting platforms, guys. Hit that follow, subscribe, 5-star review for our podcast. It is still the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast on all the audio side. If you want to go check out the video side, we are now on Fantasy Six Pack, their YouTube page. Go over there, check it out. You can see us three goofy goofballs talking football. But yeah, we're super excited to partner up with them. Lots more things coming in the works. With that being said, boys, y'all know what to do.
Use code F6PNNFL20 or 24 for 15% off your membership. Just saying. It's down on the banner.
Hey, peace, love, gamble responsibly.
That's right, baby boy. We love you all to the moon and back. Until next episode. Peace out.